Provisioning your phones may help you save setup time in large deployments. This is typically a two-stage process. The first stage, where we tell the PBX what model of phone we want to provision, and the second stage, where we tell the phone where to retrieve its settings from. In the Provisioning tab, we simply need to enter the MAC address of the phone and the model. If we also want to preset the phone to monitor activity for particular extension numbers, we can also set this up in the BLF section. To get the phone to retrieve its provisioning settings is simply a matter of telling the phone where to get its files from. In the case of a Grandstream GXP2000, for example, we need to simply give it a URL path to retrieve files from, and also tell it to ignore any DHCP server's attempts to override the setting. Load up the phone's web interface, go to the Advanced Settings tab, select the Upgrade via HTTP option, and in the Config Server path field, enter the provisioning path. Assuming the 3CX phone system machine has IP address 10.0.0.11, the provisioning path for a Cassini install will be 10.0.0.11:5481/provisioning. While the provisioning path for an IIS install will be 10.0.0.11/management/provisioning. After the next reboot, the phone will retrieve its settings from the PBX's provisioning directory. We can also configure the DHCP server on the LAN to deliver to the phone the provisioning path. This example will show you how to configure Microsoft's DHCP server. A DHCP server will allow a device to request its network settings automatically and typically will get an IP address, a default gateway, and also an IP address for a DNS server. This example will show you how to configure Microsoft's DHCP server. To completely configure the phone, you will need to specify some additional scope options. Option 42 should contain an IP address for a time server. Option 2 should contain your LAN's time offset from UTC in seconds. In our example, the time zone is UTC+1, so the offset should be 3600, or in hex 0E10. Option 66 should contain the provisioning path for the phone to retrieve its configuration file. With these DHCP settings in place, any phone that supports automatic provisioning, for example Polycom 320 and 330, will simply need to be factory reset and then connected to the LAN. And upon boot up, it will retrieve all its settings automatically from the 3CX phone system machine.